So good morning everybody and welcome back to Sidbury. Today's day 2 and the final day of the East Devon Way. So we do finish at Lyme Regis today. So after doing some research last night, we do actually finish at Lyme Regis. It's going to be a long day today. The bus network round Lyme Regis finishes at 6 p.m. I'm aiming to be there around 5, so I should be okay. But yeah, not particularly very good bus service around there because the bus comes all the way from Weymouth. But looking forward to today, and as you can probably just make out in the background, that is our first climb of the day. Not looking forward to that, but it's not very hilly today compared to yesterday. It's the first couple of hills this morning, and then it's mostly flat for most of the day. We're going through places like Colliford with the Seaton tramway, and then heading over then towards Musby, and then into Up Lyme, and then finally Lyme Regis. But today looks like a very good day, a very sunny day. I'm hoping so, and not as hazy as yesterday, because yesterday was very awful with the haze. So if we can get some views today, it'd be nice. So 20 odd miles to go, let's get it finished, and let's see what today brings. Well, I've climbed Buckton Hill. Now the trig point isn't at the top where I am, it's to the right. I'm not going to do the trig today because I'm a bit obviously down to time, but wow, what a steeping ascent. Started off okay, I just went up, and up, and it went then like this, context like that, up, short-ish, but very steep. And there's a lot of, I call shale, like big loose rocks, awful to walk on, especially going uphill. But we're now at the top, and we've followed the tops for a little bit now. I am diverting my path away from the East Devon Way for this top bit, because it drops down to go back up again, and I don't want to be wasting my energy, so I'm going to stay on the top a bit longer, then drop down further up. Follow, but hopefully get a view anyway, so it'll be a win-win regardless. So onwards we go. Well, that's going to be a fun one, isn't it? Let's hope the bull isn't in the field. Knapp, Copse Lake Nature Reserve. So the farm's at the bottom. Actually, a really nice farm. It's a holiday sort of thing. Very nice. The bridleway, nice and gentle to start. Got steeper, but it was just perfect. So this is the second, I think, of 4 hills today done. Now, well, these 2 are the big ones to start with. Later's not so bad, but it still will be steep. Great. Loving it. It's getting warm earlier today than it were yesterday. Probably because of the fact that we're going up hills a lot quicker and not staying on the tops. But we are now on the top and cruising soon down to Farway, which is about 2 3/4 mile away. And then it's basically road and river hopping then to Colliford. And then I've got a little surprise at Colliford, which would be quite nice, really nice to see. Hopefully we'll see when we're down there. So keep that till we get there. But yeah, weather's nice, walk's good. We did get lost on one of the fields coming down off the tops before this. Signage wasn't great. It's the first one on the walk, so we've had one boggy area, one crappy signage bit, but apart from that, can't complain. So I'm just going through the village of Farway. Just previously we went through Church Green. Not a lot there, to be fair, but Farway and stuff like this, thatched housing, and a decent colour scheme. Yeah, very, very nice little area this. We're now jumping, not even a mile of that from Northley. That'll be our last village before we get to the River Collie, and that'll take us then into Collyford, where I'm going to have a proper break. But I'm going to have a pit stop, I think, near the church at Northley. Beautiful, beautiful trek. I did divert a little bit at Church Green, took the road coming down. I just thought it might be a bit of a change. But apart from that, yeah, very good day. Very good day indeed. So I've just sat on a bench just on the approach into Northley. Very lovely little area, peaceful, as per the other three. The 2 or 3 villages I've been through so far today. So it's the big push now down the road before we join the River Coll, which will then take us to Collyton. I'm going to have a very quick pit stop and pick up a couple of bits at the local shop, and then push on then for Musbury. Lunchtime at Musbury, and then it's the final 2 climbs up over the hills and then down to Up Lyme, which will then take us on the final descent into Lyme Regis. Better get out of the way, so I think there's a car coming, so onwards we go. Long time no talk. I've kind of just got my head down and gone on with it. I ended up not going on the River Coll. I wasn't too convinced that the path was going to be great because we've had boggy bits already, and so also I really just couldn't be bothered with the grass, so I've stuck to the road, and the road took me basically exactly where I should have come out anyway. So Collyton, it's got a little something special. I'm going to go first to the shop, pick a couple of things up, and I'll show you that special something if you haven't googled it already. But what a lovely little village I'm going into. It's warm though, and my legs are really feeling it. So the plan now is to get out of here as soon as I can and head around then to Musbury. There's a pub I think at Musbury. I'm going to pit stop there, then it's our final 2 climbs of the day before making over those hills over to Up Lyme and then into Lyme Regis. So really we're not that far. If anything, we're halfway now. But yeah, overall great day. Very easy going on a lot of today, especially coming off the tops of the hills this morning. That's probably the hardest part this morning, but it's towards the end of the day now and it's starting to feel it in the legs. So push on, won't stay here too long as much as I want to. Get a few more miles done, and then I can pit stop before my final climbs for the day really. So yeah, anyway, onwards. So as promised, the special thing about the place, this is Collyton to Seaton tramway. So it's the Seaton tramway, terminates here in Collyton, and we're going to be going over it. So hopefully we get a tram come over today, which will be quite nice. Be a nice little feature to a very remote area. Well, I've made it to Mulsbury. The pub, just here, closed on a Monday. Closed on a Monday. How bad's that? Of all the days you close, it had to be a Monday. There is a petrol station here with a spa. I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to push up now. I'm going to divert, I think, up the road. There's a bit of tree cover at the top of it. Going to have my brake, I think, at the top there. And it's just the cruising down then from there. I am now getting a bit fatigued, and I'd rather get this climb out the way with, brake, and then I can chill. I was going to brake now, but thanks to this lot, not right now, I'm not. Oh well. Onwards and upwards, but as you can see, we're getting haze again now. Clouds coming back over. Probably best because it's been absolute beaming sunshine for the last few hours. Won't mind a bit of shade for a bit, so onwards and upwards, literally. Well, I made it up. Don't know how. A woman at the bottom who lives at the bottom of the hill said there's a bench at the top called St Mary's Bench. Just before the top there was. Lovely view, but you can really struggle to see things because of how hazy it is again. You can't see a lot, but it's a very good bench. The temptation was to sit and enjoy it. However, I've now looked at my OS, miraculously I've made an hour. Now that hour would mean there's a very good possibility I can now make the 4:15 bus from Lyme Regis back to Axminster to then get the train back to Exeter. So, as much as I really do need to stop and have a proper break and eat something, I'm going to push on. I've got a few snacks in my pocket. That'll last me, I think, till I can at least get to Up Lyme. If it's like a little shopping Up Lyme, quickly grab some and I'll have that on the walk. Because the last half an hour is all the way down into Lyme Regis, so that's the plan. But overall, so glad to be at the top. So glad. Anyway, it might have been diverted, but in fairness, I have got a good view of the south coast now from here, so it's not all doom and gloom. Anyways, push on now, up Lyme, the next place to visit. Let's get going. So I'm on the descent now into Up Lyme. The bus timetable is awful, so I've just had a nose there. So I'm going to make the 16:38, no problem. There's a potential possibility of the 39, but I don't think I will. But that bus 16:38 gets into Axminster at 17:03. The train leaves to Exeter at 17:03. How poor of a bus timetable have you got to have a bus connection hourly, sometimes half hourly, and not connect up with the train? That is awful. I've been to some really remote places, Ulster, for example, in Northumberland. That's got a bus connection that connects with the train. Vice versa, a train with bus. Honestly, it's awful. So I'm aiming, if there's a bus I can get elsewhere, towards the Elms, and I think it's changed there, 20-minute odd connection there, and there's a bus from there to Axminster that gets me in time for the 17:03 train. But it's all dependent if I can make that bus. If not, I'll have to chance the Jurassic Coast one, and I'll have to drive and put your foot down a bit, because otherwise I'm not going to get the train. I've got an hour wait, so see what happens. But steep descent, very steep, but I'm an hour away now from Lyme Regis, if that, so not far to go though. I'm really enjoying this. I just put my head down now and locking in, getting this finished. But no, not far to go. So I'm now just cruising really through Up Lyme. A mile and a half to go. Can't wait. It is literally head down now and finish, so you might not see me till the end, which is fair enough. but I have a train I want to go back on ideally, and if I can somehow make it, I'm happy. So onwards now. Mile and a half, come on. And just like that, I've done. Wow, what a day. And can I just say, what a lovely little area, Lyme Regis, over the Jurassic Coast towards Weymouth. You can't really see towards Exmouth, but wow, what a day. And I'm just so glad to be now at the waterfront. Good thing is, the bus stop's just next to me, so I'm not missing that bus. But no, really, really good trail. Ratings wise, we said that 5, didn't we? So I'd say 4.5. It's by one boggy field, one sign missing. Fine, I loved every bit of it. Yeah, I did divert quite a bit today, but kind of needed for the necessities really. I wanted to get it done. I hate to say it, but the diverts I did take were very close to the path, and I still got the same sort of views and stuff like that, and same mileage. But overall, what a really, really good trail. It's very well maintained for most of it, if not all of it, and I'd happily do that again. So if you are looking at doing it, well, I hate to say it, I think this is the first video that you're going to find of it. But getting into Lyme Regis was dead easy. Just literally walk straight the way down from up Lyme. You can't go wrong. Brilliant. So end of day 2 on the East Devon Way, and I will see you in the next one.